People who, in many instances, have absolutely no clue what they are doing. The Marxists, the anarchists, the looters, the agitators, the Marxists,
and scene.
the anarchists.
Okay, that's the end of the episode. This is going to be...
That's a good one.
Episode 147, I think.
7.
Let me check again. Of Inane Blather. It's going to be kind of one of those fun but not really fun. It's just we've run out of ideas. Season 8 kind of things where the whole thing is backwards. We're going to start at the end, right? And it's even more fun because I'm just informing the co-host of this right now. So it's all going backwards. So we'll be laughing.
So this is the end?
Yes.
As we know it.
At the end of the episode, I
world.
explained what the episode was going to be.
Shout out to
it's like, you know,
our listeners.
that famous episode of Seinfeld
Shout out to
crossed
Aaron
with
Brown.
the Memento. And, you know, I mean, it's fun.
They're calling it 9/11, but good.
Yeah. That's that was one of the reviews of that episode of Seinfeld, which was weird because it came out well before 9/11 happened. So
Pre 9/11.
it was you know, one of those conspiracies.
But we already will have talked about that earlier in the episode later.
Right now
Is that
we're
what you're talking
laughing
about? Yeah.
about referencing this earlier in the episode.
Exactly.
Anyway.
Exactly. It'll all make sense.
No, it won't because we'll
By the
blather
time you get to
inanely.
this point.
And you know, since we won't be doing that, it will all be
Awesome to the max.
just like you, dear cultists. Inani Ratalb, welcome to a name
Inani
blather.
Ratalb.
It's
And
time.
an only Rotab to you.
It's time to just be one of the.
Headstrong, stubborn, quibbling, self-centered, vindictive, obnoxious, hormonal, sexually preoccupied, evil, thieving, cross-dressing jerks.
Okay. So, before the show, we were talking about how we go in completely blind and have no idea what we're going to talk about. And that is, it's either true or it's not, but it just seems more true to me today.
It's gotta be one or the other.
But I'm just like, wait, what's been going on? You know?
Well, I'll tell you what's been going on.
Natalie's
Everyone cares. Everyone knows.
style. Natalie's
Natalie's
haircut.
haircut.
Woo!
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
So,
Oh, man.
yeah, it's pretty great.
Killing
I
it.
would recommend. I probably cut, I don't know, 10 inches or whatever. It was down like to my titties, and now it's like shorter than Doug's hair, I think.
Mhm.
It's
I think so, for
it's
sure.
giving in a good way. I was like, I feel like Jack from Titanic a little bit with the way that
Leo.
it kind of falls, but it's cute. It's a lot more mask. Vanita and I were saying, oh man, we were just kind of laughing about. It's like, why have I lost my whimsy? And then we go talk about she had a bad day
My
and a job she hates.
whimsy.
She's at the gym. They're talking about malnourished kids dying in Gaza, and you're like, yeah, like what?
Gee whiz.
Like, why am I not happy? You know,
Why am I
And
not
we're saying,
skipping
we're like,
along every day?
we've finally like arrived, like done all this self-reflection, all this work. We have great haircuts. You know, we have this great living situation. We're like on this path that's like, know who you are. You feel empowered. And she's like, I feel like I arrived, and I'm like, too late for the party. Like now, like the world's like burning all around you, and it's like, but at least we like our haircuts, which is really nice. Actually, it is a really nice thing to like your haircut. But we're like, man, I'm doing everything like you're supposed to be doing now, and I'm still just like not exactly depressed. But you know, some days can be really hard. And Vanita has a job that can be, you know, talking about pension plan, like people's pensions with the union members, and talking to someone, you know, a lot of people that are retired, people's benefits sometimes because someone died. And someone today was talking about how she's, getting her stuff settled because she's gonna die, and her husband too, and just like that being a part of your day, like at work, and then you have to take a next phone call, and just like
And it's already
like, why
work.
aren't we happier? I'm like, yeah, we're so. It's such like we just live in such dysregulation, like can't really rest when we want to. We can't, even when we're trying hard and going to the gym and eating healthier and getting more sleep and, trying to make these good choices. It's like, yeah,
That's just
don't
to
have too high of
maintain
hopes, to maintain
survival, really.
Yeah.
Especially in late stage capitalism, where you just feel like you want to die constantly.
I mean, it's
where your
stuff
life
out
is
there.
devoid of meaning. Where the systems themselves that maintain the system that maintains itself through keeping you in unending servitude also is what separates you from all of those little things in life. Family, friends, enjoying small things, genocides on the other side of the world, losing your 401k because someone had a $4 billion Ponzi scheme, yada yada yada. It's all the same thing. It's all because capitalism moves forward, and that's how it moves forward. It is part of the entire thing. So, but life is a endless cascade of little things. So to enjoy those little things when you can, it's pretty important. To get a haircut that you really like, that makes you feel good, I mean, who cares? That it's like what? It's just about you. It's your life.
It's something
it's good.
I have control over, too.
Exactly.
It's like something that I can control. I can't stop a genocide, whatever I can do, my part to do what I can in my
not to, but we'll go
world.
over that later.
Call me BB. But it is, nice to do what you can, or to stop and take a picture of the beautiful dew and drizzle in the morning on the roses by your office. There's like dozens of roses outside our office, which is in a church.
Yeah, you had some good
We live in the
pictures.
upstairs. It was like, what a beautiful sight. Just all of these big, water droplets all over. These really fragrant roses. It was really
Fragrant, too.
really nice. Oh my gosh. Yeah, some days when it's like, it's not so much when it's wet out, but some days in the morning, it's like a little breeze, it's warm. It's like a whole huge row of roses out front. It's, oh my gosh, it's very like perfumes the air.
They call it Rose Row.
Definitely, take the time to stop and smell the roses. As Jordan Peterson actually said, very kind of helpfully.
Oh, how I wish I could believe or understand that.
Stop and pet the cat is something that you should stop. And it is like about
Masturbating.
the little things. Yeah, exactly. Flicking the bean.
Yeah, he's talking about being down at the river with his grandmother's hairy bush. But
Look it up.
isn't one of his
cat.
things too from back then? Jordan Peterson is like, it's like don't interrupt skateboarding kids or something like that. Like there was something like that.
Oh,
Yeah, where it's like, yes, what happened to that guy? Even if he was
that's nice.
Inherently right wing the entire time, like some things, it's like, well, those were the less reactionary right wing things. Those were those like, you gotta do it. You gotta get down and do it. Clean your room and feel good and pet the cat, and
I feel like
kids are
in
important,
in a good way, like a conservative sort of mindset of it, or like traditional,
Yeah,
that's where you just
traditions
have to
and
do that.
hierarchy.
And some of
Yeah.
those, it's like not a bad thing. I don't know if you can hear, but man, there's a plane going right over, and my window's wide
hear it.
open.
so that you could get Rose's Row. The
Yeah, no,
planes,
that's my
the planes really
office.
push the the fragrance throughout the neighborhood because they're
That's
constantly
over. My
flying
office
over.
is not in this neighborhood. It's in
This is inane
a
blather.
different part of Seattle.
Fine, I'm doxing you
Don't be
online
stupid,
right now.
Doug. Yeah. Don't ever make me look stupid again.
Before asking Danae what she's up to, I had just opened up my bookmarks just to see what was going on, and I forgot that since when I was over at your house the other day, we were talking about that tweet from a few years ago. Mm-hmm. Confident in my ability to properly tennis, I take the court. I smile at my opponent. Serena does not return the gesture. She'd be prettier if she did, I think. She serves. The ball passes cleanly through my skull, killing me instantly. And it makes me laugh every time I see it.
In response to the
in response
of
to
men.
1 in 8 men say they could win a point in a game of tennis against 23-time Grand Slam winner Serena Williams.
Yeah, which is pretty incredible to think. Yeah, I feel like tennis too.
Like those guys have not played tennis.
The difference between a number 1 player and like a number 20 player is like astronomical.
Yeah.
I feel like there's like a really like when you're at the tippy top, you're like really up there. So it's like you think you could win because when was like all these men, like when was the last time you played tennis? You know, it's like a sport, right? Like just because girls are allowed to do it too doesn't mean it's not like you wouldn't have to practice at all holding a racket and returning 100-mile-an-hour serve.
It's around the time that I just safely landed that plane in an emergency.
I wrestled a bear. Yeah. Whatever. Men just think, I mean, you know, I say if I had even a tiny fraction of the unearned self-confidence that a lot of men have, I'd be like the motherfucking president. I swear to God. These men, that's how they do it, is they just like think that people care about what they have to say or that they just have good ideas and they're like entitled to be everywhere, which is nice, I guess, sort of. That's like what a life to live, you know, to be so self-confident that you're like think that people should listen to you when you talk.
Life's
because
only
people should
so long.
listen to people when they talk, you know, but
you get to go through life in that way. That's your cascade of little things. I mean, they become big things. You just think you're a big thing the entire time. You know what? You say that, and you got that haircut, and you remind me of a scary, competent president of the new United States of America, Selena Myers, or whoever. Myers, President Myers from Cyberpunk 2077.
That's I think Selena Myers is from Veep.
Oh,
but
what's her name?
Yeah, I was like competent.
No, Selena Myers. What's her name? President something. I was getting confused.
I was thinking about Cyberpunk when I got my haircut. Also,
there you go.
Good haircut for the future. You know.
Now it's gonna drive me crazy. President Myers, Cyberpunk. Rosalind Meyers. That's who it is.
Rosalind.
Yeah. Where when you first meet her, unless you have your body built up to 20, she beats you down as soon as you see her. She's pretty cool.
Ooh.
But
nice.
So, what'd you do this weekend, Danae?
I'm so glad you asked, Doug. Thank you. I did a couple of things,
what was
actually.
that all about?
I'm just kidding. There was art in the park.
Oh yeah.
In Tri-Cities. That was nice. Walked around, looked at art that was
in the park.
Wildly expensive in the park. There was some cool booths here and there.
I heard it was a little thin this year.
There were so many booths.
Oh.
Booths. But the quality was like okay. Like I'm like, oh
AI.
yeah, this is the Tri-Cities.
Oh yeah.
So I'm not,
it's
you know,
not
like
it's
It's not an art
gallery.
haven.
Yeah.
Yeah. Lots of, I was like looking at jewelry. I like collecting rings and stuff. Lots of like $200 plus rings. And I was like,
Jesus Christ.
okay. All right.
At
I'll
Art
stick
in
to
the Park?
Yeah, I was like, I'll stick to vintage stores. There's a lot of really expensive jewelry, and I was just like, what is this? But I had
Benton
a really
City
fun.
Days the next month.
Okay.
And do that instead.
Yeah, I'll pencil it in. But I had a giant pina colada. There was a pina colada stand they were just like pouring out entire pineapples.
Piñas?
And then taking the pineapple out, throwing it into the
piña
blender,
out?
and then the piñas, and then they were putting the frozen pineapple coconut mix or
Piña?
whatever back into the pineapple. Oh, it was so good.
Dang. That's cool.
It was fantastic.
That's unexpected. You're like, it is the Tri-Cities, so it kind of sucks. It's like,
$18
oh, we're doing something. Oh, yeah.
$18 piña.
I believe that.
for a mocktail pina colada, but I was like, I don't care. So it was delicious.
For a
And
mocktail,
then-
yeah.
It's what you
I
get
am crazy.
paying for labor nowadays. Uh-huh.
Yeah,
That's where
They
leftism
definitely had-
gets you.
lines of people waiting for the pineapple. But anyway, I also went to Wenatchee for a youth network wellness event. The wellness
you
summit,
joined a cult.
I should say.
Okay.
I joined a cult, so I
Again?
basically yeah, I know, right?
Danae.
Hey, get it together. So, anyways, it was a nice little like event. I got to work. I mean, I got to like get paid to attend. And it was basically like focused on mental wellness for youth and put together
That's
by Spark, which is a peer support network based out of the Tri-Cities. They
Thought
do
it was a
I think I've
pre-workout.
heard of that. Yeah.
yeah, it is.
Yeah, it's that pre-workout
Wow.
sold by that whole Advocare or whatever. The pyramid scheme.
Yeah, that's exactly.
That's good stuff.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what.
Yeah, it was really good stuff.
really
We were
cool.
all very caffeinated.
Yeah.
Got to
The kids
got to
were
do some like
bouncing off the walls. Yeah.
vision boards.
Okay.
Did some vision boards. Did some painting of or like coloring like masks, like paper masks and stuff. Talking about the masks we wear.
Hmm.
A la, oh my gosh, what's her name? Maya Angelou.
Wow, yeah. Mhm.
Anyways,
So this is like
yeah, but it was really cool.
Gen Z and Gen Alpha kids?
More
Cuspers?
Gen Z, like young adults.
Uh-huh.
But also it was like available for people under 18 to attend
Young
virtually.
adults, Gen Z.
Yeah. So, but very cool inaugural event. They'll
Okay.
probably, have a lot to build on for the next couple of years. But I was like, hey, first time, pretty good, pretty solid. So
And that was
cool.
based in the Tri-Cities, but they did it up there?
they have program partners in Tri-Cities. It was
okay.
the summit was in Wenatchee because I guess there's some folks that also live in Wenatchee. So But, like, people
Someone
from-
does. I don't know.
people
Yeah.
from all the corners of the state came, so that was kind of cool to like have some folks in the behavioral health space like kind of come meet in the middle. So
What, I mean, not to put you on the spot, like a, a quiz, like any takeaways that you notice about young people? I mean, the Gen Z. I constantly see stuff like that from cranks, about generational differences or young people nowadays, or just wonder what, how shitty things were when we were going through our teens and then 20s, trying to become adults and not commit an act. And I wonder what it's like if you're like
Commit an
21
act.
right now, like, and you're trying to like make your fucking life. Fuck.
yeah,
And then
Yeah.
and then you get
I-
a bunch of Gen Xers being like, these kids stink.
I mean, I think
Entitled brats.
Well, I mean, if you think about it, it's very generational for there always to be like a little bit of a divide of like kids these days.
Sure.
You know? I definitely think that there's pros and cons to this generation growing up on the internet. Like they have access to all of the information in the world, and they're also struggling to like socialize in real life.
Yeah. Like, because it makes me wonder how true that is. Like, because people talk about, I mean, like real lack of like social skills, like as a almost definable part of this generation coming up, because of the internet, I guess, you know, combined with, you know, a bunch of kids staying inside at the end of their school careers during COVID and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But like, you know, and it's like, you know, is it just kind of anecdotes that stick out in people's minds, or just some crank employer who just hired the wrong young person to work behind the counter somewhere? That's like, they don't know anything. They don't know how to say thank you, you know, or something like that. Or is it like, I mean, we spend every week talking about, you know, how shitty the world is, or just or about the internet and what it's doing to us and the world at large. And so it's got to be different. Yeah, you know, for an entire swaths, millions of people to be growing up on that. There's no way that we could experience that ever. Can't go back in time. It just makes me wonder.
I don't think we would want to.
Oh yeah.
Experience
I
that.
mean, in terms of empathizing with something like that, or figuring out how or what to do about it, you know, it's kind of funny.
They feel a little bit. I mean, you know, every young generation, there always is whoever is in the age of the youth. There's like the arrogance of youth that comes along with that. You know, like no matter, that's like just time immemorial. You know, that's just like a feeling
you can
when
find
you're
it
a
in
grown adult
newspapers
and stuff
from the
like
late
that.
1800s. Yeah,
it just is like, you know, because you're an adult now and you think you just don't know how much you don't know quite yet. You're still young, but you're an adult.
and
But,
you give the image of youthful you a little too much credit, probably.
Yeah. I think that it seems like for them being so kind of woke and stuff, they're kind of jerks. Like, they're kind of like, what, you know, they talk about the Gen Z stare and stuff. It's like, well, people ask dumb questions, they're going to get like a whatever. And it's like, do you like to be made to feel stupid when you don't know something? Is that cool? Or it's like, you know, you're sick of, oh, really? You don't like customer service? Well, you know what's great? Is like when you get bad customer service. It's awesome. I love it. I love going out to places, doing nothing wrong, and just having someone literally. Umberto got an ice cream the other day. Guy doesn't even does not make eye contact with you, handing you this, and it's like, do you guys like that? And I guess maybe they do. Maybe because they're like basement kids. That it's like, no, it's being around other people is nice, you know, and we're all in this together, and it's like, oh, you guys hate your jobs, really? You must be the first generation to ever complain about having to work. That's new. Like a little bit of a separation of like understanding maybe, though I know we hate on boomers and all this kind of stuff, but you know, that other people came before you and you're not, you know, these things have been building, these movements, you know, it's, you guys didn't just come out and be like, oh, you know, we're demanding our rights. Like, you guys didn't invent the idea of unions or anything like that, woke. You know. Yeah, it just, I mean, but they're born woker than we were and everything, but they feel a little bit, I don't know, maybe that's just, I've never been on this end of the young people before, that as an older person, they feel a little bit like they're too cool for us. Like they're too, like they just know everything, like a little bit, like stuff I see online, and that is what they do, is they spend a lot of time online. It just is interesting, like, for the expansion of a consciousness to be a little bit generationally limited. Like they think that we're all like fucking losers or whatever, or I don't know, just like the
blue jean commercials or eugenicist and yada yada.
Yeah, they're a bit much on some of that, and just they kind of make it a little bit, it's like, well, you know, it's like fun to be nice to each other, actually. You know, just because you grew up on the internet where everyone is sarcastic and hyperbolic. It doesn't translate very well to real life. It doesn't foster connection that well. I don't think I feel like being online is not very genuine because there's like this whole medium that you're like filtered through rather than like being in person with someone. There's just like another aspect to it. I think that I don't know. They definitely had way different childhoods. Our childhoods were closer to probably our parents than a lot of theirs were to ours. Like growing up rural kids with like we might have had more TV or whatever. I mean, us like at our dad's house and stuff. No. We're like running around like country kids and like a couple channels on TV, and there is definitely we didn't have AC or anything. Just like that's a little different than kids nowadays. Like have been using a tablet. Since
Basically
they're like
their whole life.
a toddler or whatever. Yeah. And
I think
just like, sorry.
It's okay. There's also, it's like so nuanced, right? Because you have, depending on like what age they were when the pandemic happened, they either were in like the end of elementary school, moving through high school, graduating high school during those years. And like they're so significant as far as like learning how to socialize with other people.
Yeah.
So one.
Your late teen
and
years.
then also
you ever met a homeschooled kid? Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Hello.
100%. So you have like this in like entire age group that like for like 2 years we're like doing only virtual learning when they're normally learning how to socialize at the like towards the end of their recess years and going into like straight up middle school when you're really like getting the bulk of that learning,
because they would go home and virtually socialize anyway. So if they were going to school, so now that's completely cut out. Yeah.
So you've got those developmental like delays that are external, right? So there's that like weird social thing, and then also
now
you have
a
the
graduate
older...
school. Listen to her talk. Shit.
Look at me. Listen.
Let the air
but
out
like
of this
if you
tire.
think about it too, you also have like the older generations during the pandemic collectively losing their minds of just being like, what do we do? So even if you have parents
what they were like.
and you have like a home life, your parents are also still probably losing their shit during the pandemic. So like everyone's kind of like mentally like tilted. So there's that. And then also I want to like talk about the fact that we have seen a huge shift in the younger men specifically. Ideological.
Ideologically?
Yes, ideologically with like red pill content and stuff, and the loneliness epidemic, which I think spans all of men. Sorry, Doug and other listeners, but like
you're losers.
The reality is you have younger. It's an obvious like mental health issue that's being basically like fixed, if you will, by these YouTubers, by these TikTokers, by this content that is targeting these young, vulnerable men who, when they're in their moments of like really actually just needing friendship, this is what they go to, right? So like we have people that are using ChatGPT and like AI, like young people that are like using those as like their therapist or
Ask Grok. Is that true? Do people do that?
Hey,
You're
Grok,
painting, I have to say, that is a good nuanced perspective. And it's really making me feel like I'm really glad to be a millennial.
So,
genuinely.
100%.
My thing is...
That sounds like too much of a bad thing. Like, you can have a lot of cool stuff with the internet, but that other downside is like what you're saying.
Yeah.
It's like incredibly unhelpful for maturing brains to have constant access to misinformation too.
Large language
because you know
models
what?
Are
it's
destroying
way fucking
people.
easier to teach someone something, to teach a young dog a trick, than it is to teach an old dog who's learned it a way different way. You know, unlearning something
there's some saying
is
about
way
that.
harder. I never heard it before.
So you're
but,
you've got both that. You've got like the access that they have to resources is basically either AI misinformation, or maybe they're lucky and they find like some somewhat healthy online communities, because that's the easiest way to socialize as a young person. And then you can couple that with like a hardcore dopamine addiction to screens. And like,
And then
we kind of all are, but I feel like if you were really raised on that, like,
But
that's
I do
another
drugs. This is a
way
child's
that you're
brain
we're talking about.
rewired.
And then the people in
Exactly.
charge are actively trying to dismantle the Department of Education.
Yes.
One of the few places that could provide more for these people. Because the thing is, there is something to be said too. You're talking about
Wonder these kids suck. No.
loneliness epidemic, and for young men. And I mean, there's something to the like the red pill content and stuff like that. The problem is the loneliness epidemic as we see it, and even in the article that coined that term, the loneliness epidemic spans almost equally across both genders. And it's like, it just shows that especially that entire generation is being so left behind and stuff. But the young men, of course, is what stands out, because they're the ones that go out and fucking try to kill the president, you know? And it's like, they're the ones that
rude as fuck to women online.
They're the
Like-
ones that become Nazis. Yeah. And elect Donald Trump, you know, through manosphere. I mean, the fact that manosphere content podcasts seriously was one of the deciding factors in helping getting him elected is truly frightening. You know, it's like, our country is cooked, as these kids would say.
Well, I will also argue, like, especially in Washington State, like, since I got into the space that I'm in currently and have been working for the last couple months here, there is, like, I'm working for an organization that's philanthropically funded. So rich people in this state are invested in children's behavioral health. And they are investing more. Like this, like I'm
Must
part of
be
like
lucrative.
Well, I'm part of like
you
working on a
can't have
strategic
workers if
plan.
the kids kill themselves.
Right, that too. But like we're working on strategic plans for children's and behavioral health for the next 10 years, like strategically like looking at that. And so like it's not without hope is what I'm saying. Like despite all of the bullshit that's going on at the federal level, we still have folks that are like, okay, we really need to invest in this more. Like, how can we
talking about
make
the
sure
same
that our
thing
children
that we are
going to be healthy? You know,
recognizing the problem.
Yeah, definitely recognizing the problem. And also, I think it's like, of course, like covers so many facets, and it's incredibly like there's so many different aspects in behavioral health that matter. But I don't know. It's nice to feel like people give a shit a little bit.
That's
People do
probably especially true
don't
for
get
those
taken
kids.
in by these rich people though. They don't.
Oh, I
they
won't. No, thanks.
It's annoying here in Washington because it's like because
I'll
it
take
is
their
nice
money,
working. It's nice working nonprofit because the people who do that work, man, they give a shit. Really, truly. I mean, it's awesome, and and charity is always going to exist. They'll always be there. It's really rewarding in that way, and it helps you stay positive. It can be hard here in Washington to be like feel progressive once you learn a little bit more about Washington State. And it is progressive, though, relative to the rest of the United States, which is like, damn, we live in a conservative nation because these rich people in Washington, we can't get a state income tax here because rich people don't want it. So Umberto and I were just talking with a friend who moved from Ecuador to Seattle. He is, oh my gosh, should have him on the podcast. It's so fun, has a really thick accent too, and really knows a lot. He just graduated from the University of Washington. like works
Nice.
with Humvee, like as an intern, all this kind of stuff at that organization, was saying, yeah, I came to Seattle because I thought it was like this progressive place, and I come here and it's like extremely business friendly. You know, like there is how we pay for things is sales tax. It's tolls on the road. You know, it's really hard on the working class
huge
here.
Wealth inequality, massively.
It is astounding here. In 11 billionaires here. It's like, oh yeah, and it's like baked into our state constitution that you can't have a state income tax. So they have to get really clever about the way that they are taxing people with money. So it is like it is nice, and there are people who, I mean, some rich people, you know, fund nonprofits that I've worked for or been involved with, you know, they give maybe $50,000, $60,000, $80,000 a year, $100,000 a year, but that's not the kind of wealth you're, I guess, even talking about, because those are guys who maybe like work for Microsoft or whatever, you know, and they just have like money that is in stocks or whatever, and they can do that kind of crap. And they can fund nonprofits, and that's cool.
$60,000 a year.
Yeah,
Right.
I mean, some guys, yeah, they give a lot of money to nonprofits. That's what they do with their retirement stock portfolio crap like that, whatever they do. But
Because of that gap where it's like you hit a certain point, and what are you going to do with this money? It's like you have investments in capital and you have wealth, and it's like, yeah, the structure that we have set up isn't friendly to redistributing your wealth into ways that like actually build permanent fixtures within society that help people, et cetera, et cetera.
So reliant on people being good, which we are. So make it easier for us and just do it through taxes.
Yeah.
You know, it's like people give so much money to charity. Like, and even if it's a write-off or whatever, I mean, people just give money to charity. Regardless of the reason, it's given. Yeah. It's like, I mean, billions of dollars.
A write-off,
obviously.
you still part with that money. It just means you don't get
to
taxed
charity.
on it. Yeah.
That's how nonprofits work, you know? That's what, and there's so many of them. So that to me has always been like, so why don't we just do this better? You know, like it can be done better instead of people like, you know, just
There's
really
the new platform.
having to work.
Natalie's got the haircut. She's got the platform. You're dressed like you're in 2077. Rosalind Meyers.
Yeah.
Why don't we just do this better? You're Rosalind Meyers without all that baggage of being the CEO of Militech. Okay, I wonder. I don't know how many listeners we got that. But
you lost me.
Good. No,
I only vaguely know Umberto's playing it, but
not good.
Yeah, it comes down to, it feels very American to need so many charities because you have to have. But I just want to give to my favorite one. You know, I just want to give to my favorite one.
Yeah,
and it's like,
I don't want this just going out to people in general.
To help just anybody.
I want my freedom.
I want to be able to give it here. Yeah. And it's like, well, I just feel like, I see other countries, you know, maybe starting to do like a universal basic income. And I just think
people are just lapping us.
Yeah. And Seattle's progressive,
Puritans.
huh? Cool. Yeah. Got Microsoft, we got Amazon, we got Zillow, we got Starbucks, and people call us communists.
Yeah.
It's like
Well, people are lapping the United States in terms of progressive policies. Our average lifespan is going down in the United States. Fascists are taking over the country, and
we're funding a genocide.
Probably the most progressive state in the country has 11 billionaires in it, and they can't even get an income tax passed. Yeah. They couldn't even, I mean, income tax, that's one thing, because even me, it's like, like I would trust them to implement that without also hurting poor people, because that's what all of Washington's additional taxation does. It's like, it's so regressive, but it's like, They can't get an income tax passed. Yeah, right. They couldn't even get a real estate excise tax passed that would tax people selling property worth $12 million or more. They would have to pay an additional 0.5% in excise tax. Like, they can't even do that because you can always convince the hogs not to pay additional taxes because we're not that progressive.
And rich people don't like to pay taxes either.
No.
And there's a lot of them. Yeah, not just rednecks. Rednecks and the rich. You know, you think that they wouldn't, they wouldn't be seen together or anything.
I just know I should, and I do.
I love paying taxes. I love paying taxes. I want my taxes to fund. I want to do my part. I work a job. I want to be able to get onto public transit without paying anything, without an extra step. I want to go to the library, and it's free. You know, you want to do stuff, and it's already taken out. It's not stuff that's free so much as it gives you freedom. I just read that somewhere.
Yeah.
So
my property taxes I don't mind. But
yeah, I like paying taxes when I know what they're going to.
I don't like
those are huge
losing
budgets.
money to go to Israel. That's all
right.
Well, yeah. But in your state level that doesn't happen. None of your state taxes are going to fund police. That's something that talk about progressive Washington over here spending $100 million, or Seattle spending like $100 million, or hiring over 100 police officers this year alone, and installing a bunch of traffic cameras that are like ACLU's like this is a big civil rights violation, civil liberties violation. You just have like these traffic cams that blah blah crack down on crime in some of these places.
Oh
just
yeah, because they're not really looking at traffic. Is that why? They're just cameras that are on all the time.
Well, they just don't know. It's like. It's expensive for one thing. It's cameras that are going, to watch. It's like, so who has access to this? Like, could the feds get this? Like, it's a sanctuary city about like immigration officers wanting to work with us, stuff like that. It's like they don't do that, but it's like, but can you guys be sure of that? There's no facial recognition, but it's like, it was millions of dollars to do a couple spots that are like. It's like, that millions of dollars, to address like the sex work and drugs and crime that happens up on Aurora and all that kind of stuff. Maybe if you funded some of these social programs that people have been advocating for, that actually that money that you're using to pay for that was gotten by a progressive tax revenue implemented, brought to life by the progressive, very small arm of the city, got that done, and you keep stealing from it. These taxes that were taxes for people making over $150,000 a year. There was a certain tax on everything above that. It was a jumpstart tax to it was supposed to go to like social programs and stuff. And the city keeps like drawing from it to do their own things, to like backfill the deficit or to.
Then they're like, what are you going to do?
They put on this extra spending bill. And it's like, so you guys will fight tooth and nail to not get these taxes through. They get through anyways because people want them, and then you use them to do the shit that you wanted to do. It's fun. And then they get to be like, and look at that didn't even help. Look at this jumpstart tax, and we're still in budget deficit, and there's still crime, and it's like because you keep funding the police.
You didn't use them in the way that they were intended, and now they can roll back those tax hikes, and those billionaires. And millionaire business owners are going to be like, oh, thank God. Now I'm still just stepping on the heads of the same unhoused people out in front of my building, and I made a little bit more money.
Yeah, a negligible difference in my stock portfolio or whatever.
Let alone day-to-day life. Yeah. Oh, God.
So, it's just, America is just really conservative. Like, it just really is. Like, Seattle is cool. In some places, especially because of, like, the queer scene that we have in America, which is, like, around the world. People use it as a stupid talking point about Palestine or whatever. It's like, whatever. There's a lot of places in the world where you can't be gay. It's criminal.
Yeah, Netanyahu was saying that on that Nelk
it's all over the world
podcast. Stupid thing.
You can't get gay married in Israel either. But so I think that's something that is actually pretty progressive. Obviously, you can see places like Florida, whatever, the way they talk about trans people. But like places like Seattle, that's definitely like a progressive thing.
Yeah,
but
it's trans
like,
sanctuary.
But you can't just like
state.
just because you don't hate or want to kill trans people doesn't mean that you're a leftist.
It doesn't mean that you're progressive even, because
that's
key part of that is progress. All right, just being a bulwark against fascism isn't necessarily progress, I wouldn't say. And it's
we
like,
won that war like 80 years ago, like, or whatever. It was like that should be already a done deal. No shit, fascism is bad. That's not progressive. That's like an old fucking thought. Remember that movie where we all watched what we wish would have happened in World War II and Hitler got gunned down and absolutely just like blasted to smithereens, and how we all were like, oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
You know? That was a long time ago,
how
too.
they
That movie
carved
about a long time
swastikas
ago.
into guys' foreheads and everyone cheered. Yeah.
And now people are like, Greg Gutfeld is like, let's bring back the word Nazi. Let's take it back. What's up, my Nazi? What's up, my Nazi?
Jesus.
Saying that, I know. It was like, you're saying that's the same thing as what people used to call black people in the American South? Or in the North, or in America, I guess. It's like, man, what a incredibly intentional misunderstanding, and deliberately making it so. That's like a tactic of fascism, is to make it like goofy, kind of. Is like, that's like a propaganda trick or whatever you want to say, that it makes it like sort of less threatening and like normalizes it in that way. I mean, straight up, it's like, it's like, oh, you call everyone Nazis, and then they're like, yeah, I'm a Nazi. Yeah, call me what's up, my Nazi? What's up, Nazi? And it's like, so, were we wrong?
Yeah. So do you like it or not, is kind of the question.
Yeah, so own it.
Yeah.
At least Kanye said he loves it. He loves Hitler and all that.
Yeah, join Kanye, I guess. And be a billionaire. God. But, well...
They've been known to.
But I'm glad you are feeling satisfied in your work, Danae, because that is true. It is true that people care.
Thank you.
It is.
As she collapses into a comatose state, thinking, oh, God.
You zoom out,
what have
and
we
it can
done?
Be hard, but you zoom in to some of those, like people really dedicating, oh my gosh, dedicating their lives in some nonprofit work. It's a lot of hours. People just like, I mean, it's like hard work. And
you went,
they could
Danae.
do other things with their life.
You went and did something. That's awesome.
Yeah. You went to that thing that you did, and you did all your
the
vision
thing.
board and stuff. And
like, damn, dude.
It's like,
yeah.
And you did it
cool
all without
stuff.
saying
The N-word.
You weren't talking about Nazis.
I did manage to not
She's
say
like,
the N-word.
I actually.
So this is how you get
so
get in touch with Gen Z men.
Yeah.
There
You
you
say,
go.
what up, my Nazi?
Yeah. As you call them
my
Nazis.
Nazis. Okay, let's not clip that.
Yeah, you know, going back to that, it's funny. It's funny.
Your wiener.
Yeah, but
So funny.
and we were talking about young men. Then they seek either validation online or any sort of like this input. Father figures, masculine figures, things like that, and how bad it is, and how much worse it could be with the online thing. Because just this morning, with some internet incident, I mean, I don't want to call it drama. Hassan even said, it's not drama. It's not drama. You're a psycho if you think it's drama, is what he said it was, because someone outed as being a sex pest. A noted online figure of the left. He's leaving the internet for a while, thank God. But this whole thing came out. It was all over Twitter today and all of the, Hassan circles especially. But the immediate reaction of some people to, like, defend the guy, whether number one, because of misogyny and just not believing women saying, yeah, this guy's a pest. He's been DMing me and all my friends, sending unsolicited nude photos, whatever. But number two is just that tendency or the phenomena of like the parasocial aspect of like internet micro celebrity is really I said it's a burden on civilization is what I said on Twitter today. But it's really bad because when it was coming out, I mean, I like this guy. And then all this stuff comes out.
This?
Loloverruled. Lolo, he's been on Hassan streams many times. He's been on. He's done videos with Jarvis Johnson. Yeah, you know him.
I know who he is.
Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
He's a lawyer.
His name is Alex.
He's an attorney. Yeah, Alex.
His TikTok handle is Lolo Overruled.
Yeah, that's his handle everywhere.
I see him. He doesn't seem familiar to me. But.
Oh, yeah, exactly. See, it's micro celebrity.
So he got outed as a sex pest.
Oh yeah, and I mean, just just a serial kind of just pest, DMing, harasser,
like
just
young
being
girls?
a creep. No, they're all adults. Just being a creep, right?
Okay.
I mean,
well, that's better.
Oh yeah. It's not any underage thing or anything like that. No. Just being a total creep, and but either way, like my first thought was like, oh, ew. I just went and unfollowed him. I was like, ugh. No wonder. That's weird. And but the immediate reaction to argue with people about their experiences, defend this man or whatever, or it's like, what are you doing? I'm like, this guy isn't your dad, He doesn't know who you are. You don't know him. What are you doing here? And it's like it was just kind of a microcosm or just an example of that that really strong parasocial energy that happens so often now where without going into details, I was explaining to Sophia, I was like, you got to be careful online and stuff. You can only imagine what it would be like if your favorite creator just messaged you out of the blue, and it's like, and this sort of thing. But and it's like you don't know this person, It doesn't matter that this person has 257,000 followers on Twitter or whatever it is. It's like,
I think he has, I want to say it was like a million, 2 million on TikTok or something like that.
Yeah, he's pretty big in those little circles.
He's huge on TikTok.
Yeah,
that's kind of heartbreaking.
Even to the point of a lot of people that I'm mutuals with on Twitter, people that I know online, as in, but where it's like, she's like, he's DM'd me too, and 3 of my friends. And I'm like, you have 1,400 followers. Like, he's like, where does he find the time of day? He just DMs every girl that he sees, kind of thing. I was like, gross. But either way, without going into those details, just cancel him, whatever. He can figure his shit out and come back, be a better man, whatever. But but
so
you gotta believe these people first. You see some of the conversations on Twitter that they've posted. We're like, this is what happened
really bad
to me, and it's like, ew. Yeah. I mean...
Yeah, I feel like your instinct should be to be mad at him.
Yes.
It's like, how dare you make me like you when you're a creep? Like, how dare you?
It's like you're embarrassing me.
Yeah, I'm embarrassed that I was taken in by you, and that's on you, But, I mean, obviously, that's what makes people defensive is they don't maybe
is that they're
want to admit...
Exactly. I wouldn't even say just that either, because I don't I mean, this is like a human person, and I don't want to just like generalize him and just be like, well, all men or whatever.
Yeah.
But like, I do feel like there's something to be said there about how like that, like we are not meant to be perceived by that many people. And I think that messes up your brain a little bit.
So it makes you reach out to girls like for
is
no
he
reason?
still responsible for his actions? Absolutely. But like I've also followed him for years, and he has had great political takes, and he's been like he was a public defender lawyer for years. Got burnt out on that, like kind of started to crash out in like the last year or so, like mental health wise. He was being weird. So I mean, the man is not, I'm not like, I don't want to make excuses for him whatsoever, because gross, but like I'm also like, wow, that's really sad for him.
Yeah, true.
Because like, what makes you do that?
Yeah.
Like, why? Like, what is that in you that's like,
it was already in him before he was famous. That is who he is. That is who he is, and he only got caught because he is famous.
Yeah.
The only
because
reason
he could
so many
leverage
men,
his platform to do that.
So it got out of control, but he was always going to be like that. Just, I do think about, though, the example I think of a lot when it's like,
so I think that's also a piece of
yeah. I mean, there's a lot of, he hangs out with guys like Jarvis.
Next to Hassan,
he has a lot of good examples of men that he could be more like, and so that's like, I feel a little bit, I mean, whatever, but I do feel like, people's instinct to defend someone that feels like a part of your life, you can really understand it. What I always think of Bill Cosby, and I think he wasn't a huge figure in my life, but if I was a black person, I mean, just to be like, especially at a certain time period in America, like truly, I mean, in all of the ways of the zeitgeist and everything, and how much that would be like, no fucking way.
Yeah.
That's Bill Cosby. Yeah. Like, he's a serial rapist?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah,
that, like, cannot
so hard.
be true. I can't believe that. Like, where it does take some to just be like, damn, like, am I a bad judge of character? And I feel like that's what, you have, like, these kind of complicated feelings, but it definitely should be directed at that person being like,
him, for sure.
I trusted you. That is what it feels like. It's like that's how you have fans and stuff. People are putting some kind of trust or energy into even allowing you to be famous. Like it doesn't happen in a vacuum. So it feels really just like, what the fuck, dude? Especially this guy, where it's like, we're woke now, bro. You should know better. You're surrounded by men who know better. You're surrounded by conversations that talk about doing better. You just don't do better, and that's on you. Well, that's what it takes, is you doing better.
It reinforces
men like you, white men like you.
It reinforces, unfortunately, instead, the idea held by many that he's not surrounded by a lot of people that are better, and that misogyny runs rampant on the left among men, and it's just as bad.
It does.
Because they're all men.
It's not just as bad as conservative, but we live in America, guys. Donald Trump is our president. I mean,
what are they getting raised by?
There's been multiple occasions that I've come across someone being like, something like this happening. Like, there was a guy recently in Seattle, the one that was running the clothing store or whatever. I'm sure you've seen him. What was he? He's always talking about give me a smooch or whatever. Like, he was like very much like female gaze centric, very progressive, leftist, very loud, and then like a laundry list of women were like, and he's been harassing me, and he assaulted me, and then like all just came out, basically ran this guy out of town, like moved down to LA in like the last couple weeks or something. He had like millions of followers on TikTok and stuff too. And it's just like reminded me of, there's been a couple times where it's been like women just being like kind of reminding other women, like, anytime there's a man whose platform is based on like women and women feeling safe with them, something comes to light.
They're the real male feminist.
And be sus about that. And like,
it's a red flag.
God, it's just annoying that it keeps happening.
It's annoying that is a red flag, because the men that are like that can take advantage of that. It just is another
100%.
layer of like a power imbalance. It's like this ideological imbalance. It's like it starts this man on a different page, so that your guard is down. He's not some fucking MAGA hat wearing weirdo that you can disregard immediately, It's almost more insidious, really. Or it is more insidious. But yeah,
100%.
but it's like,
it's wolf in sheep's clothing.
Yeah.
So it's like,
at least just be a wolf.
Yeah.
Golly.
Be an alpha.
So I can see coming. Yeah, see you coming. A wolf in my clothing.
Yeah. Exactly.
Fuck you.
Yeah. Oh, here comes Natalie's anti-trans rant immediately. But,
anti-wool. I don't like it when people wear wool.
Oh, I see. Yeah. We're all
wool.
about cotton here. But
yeah.
Oh, I wear a lot of wool.
I have a wool rug
Happy
and it's
for you.
awesome downstairs.
I have wool socks and underwear. It's the best.
I love wearing a hair shirt too.
I'm just allergic or something. I just feel like it makes me itchy.
Oh,
I feel like you have to. It has to be softened.
Yeah.
Like some of it is
Mine's
really
like
scratchy.
modern, stretchy wool stuff.
Merino wool.
Yeah, that's
Merino.
Man, it's the best. But it's like, so. I mean, you can see why people react that way. So it's like you think about Cosby or something, but it's like, how many Cosbys, for example, does it take before we just
screw in a light bulb?
Yeah. 58. No. But how many Cosbys does it take for us to get past this? Like, as people, like that I mean, that is just the old the old version of this parasocial identity, right? Because you feel personally attacked or something, you feel personally responsible, you feel personally embarrassed or something, because of something of this celebrity, because you've tied parts of your identity to this, because that's what it's supposed to do. I mean, it's the entertainment or whatever, it makes you feel, or there's art, and a musician,
it's a part of
or something.
you. You're experiencing it.
Yeah.
And
so
it's like part of your life experience now.
And so, but it's like tying these feelings and ideas to people in particular is just going to eventually let you down somewhere. Not saying everyone's got skeletons in their closet, but someone always does. Someone's always bad along the way. And doing it now when we don't have a celebrity monoculture and it's all, these internet sects and stuff like that, where someone like Lolo, it's like two of us are like, we know who this guy is, and then one of us, then the third person's like, I've never seen this guy in my life. And it's like, and it's been all over my timeline, Natalie. I don't know what you're talking about. but it's like, it's, if we don't get past it, it's even worse because it's more personal. It's like, I mean, I know for a fact, I would feel harmed if this exact thing came out about R.M. Brown, I'd be like,
my God
damn it. I would, I would end the podcast. No, but,
it'd be really it'd be a big bummer.
But you would have to step back and be like, well, I guess we have met R.M. Brown, but still, it's like,
and the way
it's just a different person somewhere else too. And you can still, are you going to separate art from the artist in every possible way? Where you can, Lolo has these great insights on public defense, on judicial reform, things like that, and had great things to say when he was on Hassan's thing. It's those don't go away. but you don't have to like the guy. You don't know the guy.
He didn't make up those ideas, guys. That's what I want to say. Those are not his ideas. Those are things that are true regardless of who says them. So that's like, you can't just like, attach those kinds of things. I'm like, also, he's not like Michael Jackson separating the art from the artist. Different. But
when you enter the political arena, it should be even easier. Because it's not art. It's just they happen to be the person articulating.
Like
it's the articulation of something.
But I think that if you want to keep if you want to reduce the amount of sex pests that exist, you have accountability for them, and there are consequences. And what the consequences are is people don't defend you. That's what happens. That's how people learn, is like, that's the consequence to this action, and then maybe you can start seeing like why people feel that way or something. Like you have to have that reaction. I just saw this thing that just keeps popping in my head. It was a sign at a protest that was like, every woman knows at least one other woman who's been raped or sexually assaulted, and it seems that no man has ever met a rapist. Like no men know any men that have ever done that. And every woman that I know probably has had some, at the very least, a very uncomfortable experience with a man, all the way to violent rape. So, it's like, that's what we need to keep getting out of this, guys, is that we're kind of done with that now. The jig is up. You can't be like that anymore. That time is over. And if you don't like it, fucking kill yourself. If you're so sad that you don't know that you can't grab your coworker's titty anymore, you're too stupid to live. Sorry, that's what, like, we're all kind of moving on and like understanding, we're still at a point of it where it's still having to be reminded. You need to believe women in particular. You need to believe victims, especially when there's multiple accounts. Wow, every once in a while someone lies, blah, 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 whatever. Yeah. But, like, there's always, like, corroboration, especially these guys that are, like, more popular. It's like, if it happened once, it happened. Whatever.
I mean, that's how you,
what do you want me to say?
Verify sources.
It's like, if you're not learning by now, you need some harsher consequences, and that is certainly, just getting canceled. And that's not like a government thing. That's just like, people don't like you anymore because you're gross.
Go put the fries in the
because
bag.
You're not evolving with us. We're like beyond that. We treat women like people now, actually. So get on board. Yeah. Or stay the fuck out of our lives.
Yeah.
Or at least try. Because you will. Because it's not that hard. Because if you just try, you know what? You'll fucking do it. But you have to actually do something, you know? You have to. Trying is the doing.
Trying is the doing. There we go. Line
do or
2
do
of
not.
the
There
platform.
is no trying. It is.
Line 2 of the platform.
Trying
there.
is the doing.
Yeah. Yes, we can. Oh, no, you scratch that one. But
we can do better.
And you were saying,
we can do it better.
What immediately came to mind, anyone watched the video saw me go like, oh, God. Because I was just thinking about Lolo's stuff on Twitter, these people defending him or whatever, reactively, stupidly, misogynistically, really. But like, it's like, we all, like, you have to know by now. Yeah, you can't just be goosing secretaries, or whatever. But it, like, blew my mind seeing some of these people. Like, thinking someone who's not a dipshit Groiper Nazi, saying online, like, they're like being told, well, he sent unsolicited nude photos or sent unsolicited pics of his genitalia, and he's like, people do that all the time. I mean, what's so the big deal about that? Like, how the fuck do you not know this? How, like, even if, like, it isn't reflexively, like, just known that you shouldn't do that, how have you not learned that? Like, by, like, just existing within this culture that's anything left of Nazi, you can't do that. Like,
how are you a fan of that motherfucker and you send
Yes.
dick pics. I don't get it.
Yeah.
I don't get how you can be. It's like
Exactly.
that's what doesn't compute. It's like, so you're not like, well, whatever. It's like, how can you be progressive and think that? Like, how can you be so stupid in this way? It's like
we got to
you
take in
haven't been
stupid
listening.
people too. But
I'm sure he gets healthcare and stuff, but man, the patriarchy is just, it runs deep.
Yeah,
you know?
it's ingrained. Yeah.
Women are just too hot, and you know what? I will stand by that. We're too hot. Too hot for men.
Right.
They don't get it. They just can't handle it, and I get it because, man, I told Vanita, who's been working out, I'm like, damn, your ass. I'm worse than a dude, but you know what I'm not? I'm not a creep.
Mm-hmm.
I say only perverts, no creeps.
I objectify, I don't creep.
Yeah, it's like,
Huge
I'm like,
difference.
good for you, because that's what I say about the difference between men catcall and women catcall. When women catcall, they're like, I love that for you. I can imagine you getting ready. Yes, you're doing it. You're nailing it.
Good
and men,
job.
I love that for me. You did that for me. Wow. I get a compliment because it's about me wanting you, not seeing you as this fucking cool person. This is about that you made my dick tingle, and I really got to let you know. You know, and it is like that. And women or gay guys, that's what is so fun. Gay guys giving you compliments. Some guy at the club one time, he's like, "What you were going for, girl? You nailed it." And I was like, "Oh my god,
what
thank
a nice
you!" Because
compliment.
it did take me a while. I know.
Yeah.
It was like kind of a cool outfit that I had on too, and it was
what you were going for.
Like
you nailed it.
you felt seen as like validated, rather than like literally turned into an object, and like then I'm like afraid of what's going to happen to me. You know, it's like. That's what I'm trying to move past. But
not to be a pick-me guy, I like that. That's free advice to guys. Look for something that a woman has to do for herself. That's what's important. That's what's cool. That's what's impressive. And that's what you will start to notice. And it is, like, wow, you're pretty. Okay, she knows. No, wow, look at your hair. I love your hair. Wow, I like
curls,
this. Yeah. It's like, because as long as you mean it. Yeah, don't be using my advice to be a creep.
Gay.
Yeah, exactly. But it feels good both ways. You can compliment someone on something that they've done. Something that makes them feel good. It's kind of nice. But you can compliment an ass if they've been working on it. All right. Yeah.
You know that for sure.
Yeah. You've been hitting the squat rack. So, well, I guess it's been going a little longer than I thought.
Trump's a racist, they scream.
Yeah.
Stop him.
Wrap it up.
Yeah. Let's wrap this gavel up, B.
People have to flush their toilet 15 times.
Yeah. Had no idea that the conversation would go that way. There we go. So I'm glad.
And there it is.
That Danae
at least we made it all the way back to
you're welcome.
The beginning of the show, because this was in reverse.
Yes.
And we were referencing.
Now we're previewing the
thing.
show.
Yeah, or whatever.
Yeah. So, and then when we finished the show back at the beginning, and we said, "Oh, this is what happened. Danae joined a cult."
Yeah, again.
All that
Exactly.
behavioral, cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT. It's also cock and ball torture.
Yeah,
that's how all cults
that's the
go.
only CBT
at least any cult that I've been in. But okay, well, shout out to everybody. Shout out to RM Brown. Shout out to the Danaes and the Yays. And
I will go to bed sleeping every night. I will go to bed sleeping every night knowing I did the right thing for this show. I did the right thing for Deco. I did the right thing for me. You go yourself.
Shout out to Amanda and
shout out Amanda.
Humberto.
She's a DA.
Yeah, Amanda's a DA. Yeah. That's right.
Shout out to Humby.
Bye.
Love you. Bye.
I stopped recording a long time ago. Oh. All right. Love you. Bye.
Oh shoot.
No, I didn't. Bye.